verdict was announced about 15 minutes ago. Right now, Prosecutor Matthew Jansen is speaking here at the courthouse, giving his reaction to the verdict tonight. Let's listen into what he has to say.
Points in time. So.
What's the most challenging aspect of this?
There was a lot of information, a lot of. This is a very complex case. It had a lot of moving parts, and took a while to get through it all. So.
And it only took the jury 7 hours.
But they've been here for 4 weeks listening to testimony, so 7 hours is not a long time when you consider the length of time that they have listened to this testimony.
If Johnny Wall's son Pella had been silent about this, would you be standing here tonight?
Well, he certainly had an important part in this case, as well as lots of other individuals.
But he was so public about it, along with the friends of Utah and so forth. Would this case really gone forward, you think, had that public pressure not been there?
I don't know that answer.
Was there a certain breakthrough in the case that you felt like didn't bring the prosecution or the preparation?
It was a lot of things that came together.
Were you at all disappointed that the DNA part of it seemed to get very complicated, perhaps a little bit muddled for jurors? Did that kind of disappoint you, that aspect of the case at all?
No, we knew at the get-go that the DNA was complex, but it was just a small part in this large puzzle.
When's the sentencing, sir?
It's April 28th. Thank you.
Okay, Mark and Shauna, again, that was Prosecutor Matthew Jansen reacting to the guilty verdict. Tonight, again, an 8-member jury found Johnny Wall guilty of killing his ex-wife Uta von Schvedler back in 2011. Right now we are awaiting the family of Uta von Schvedler to come to the podium and speak as well. I think you might have heard the prosecutor say, had it not been for the couple's son, Pella, who was 17 at the time when his mother died, the fact that he came forward and very publicly accused his father of killing his mother, this case may not have come to trial. So again, we're awaiting the family of Uta von Schvedler to come down and give a comment, reaction as to the guilty verdict. I think some of the people that, some of the family members of Johnny Wall were here as well, but they immediately left the courtroom after the verdict was read. We are now watching family, friends, and supporters of Uta von Schvedler's family here in the courthouse. There were a lot of them in the courtroom when the verdict was announced. And the young man that you see approaching the podium right now, that is Pella. He is the son of Johnny Wall, Uta von Schvedler. And he very publicly again, soon after his mother died, came out and said he believed his father killed his mother. So he was a very important part of the prosecution and making sure that this case came to trial. So we're waiting to hear comments from him. Standing next to Pella is his aunt, his mother's sister, and on the other side of him is the boyfriend of his mother. Nils Abramson is a man who found Uta von Schvedler dead in her bathtub. Here is Pella Wall.
So my name is Pella von Schvedler Wall, spelled P-E-L-L-E. My middle name is V-O-N space S-C-H-W-E-D-L-E-R. Last name Wall, W-A-L-L, of course. First off, I am so incredibly humbled by how many people and how much work it took to get to this day. I have to thank the prosecution team, Anna Rossi, Matthew Jansen, and Nick D'Alessandro for the months and months they spent preparing this case for trial and the fantastic presentation of the facts so that the jury could deliver justice. I have to thank the Salt Lake City Police Department, particularly Case Manager Corden Parks, for the years of investigative work and uncommon persistence necessary to solve this case. And I especially want to thank my adopted mother, Amy Oglesby, and personal lawyer, Margaret Olson, for tirelessly aiding me in this journey. I am unable to describe just how much love, care, persistence, and determination they showed, even through the most hopeless of days. I also want to especially thank my now adoptive twin sister, Jessica Oglesby, who has shown me the utmost kindness and forgiveness for providing the gateway to my new family. I will forever be indebted to my family, both here and abroad, for their love, support, and patience with me, not to mention the support of a vast community built on the many friendships my mother cultivated throughout her life. We have spent the last 3.5 years seeking justice for my mother, and today that quest is finally ended. My mother touched many lives with her colorful, honest, and bright spirit. As one of her close friends put it, she simply loved life. She had a deep respect for science and loved working as an HIV and later cancer researcher. She had a passion for the environment and held herself personally responsible for caring for our Earth. She didn't care what others thought. She just did her best to conserve the Earth's limited resources, leaving behind a better planet for her children. But perhaps more than anything else, she loved people. Many have told me that we children were her pride and joy, and that she was always mothering those around her, that she was practically a one-woman welcome wagon for Salt Lake, not to mention that it seems like everyone ever was invited to her annual Christmas cookie party. I am deeply thankful for the example of my mom's life. Not a day goes by that I don't think about her and try and emulate her generosity, optimism, and vigor for life. She may not be here anymore, but her light is not gone. It lives on inside of me, inside of all of us who knew her. For 3.5 years, I, along with so many others, have been seeking justice for my mother's death. Today, after 4 long weeks in court, justice has prevailed. And for that, I am relieved and grateful beyond words. Now it is time for us to heal, to move on with her light in our hearts, doing our best to love life as much as she did. Thank you.
Nils Abramson, N-I-L-S, A-B-R-A-M-S-O-N. It has almost been 4 years since Uta was killed, and this chapter of the ordeal is coming to an end. 4 years ago was the last time Uta hiked in the mountains with her children and friends, the last time she walked around the block after dinner, or rode her bike to a soccer game or to the swimming pool. Many families, Uta's children and friends, have had their lives changed forever, all due to the hatred and actions of one person. I dearly miss Uta's bright and engaging smile, the way she walked, how color was always a consideration in both dining and her daily attire. Through the intense time following September 27, 2011, Uta's numerous friends and devoted family helped me and all those affected make it to this day. To those people, I say thank you. Compassion, love, and understanding are the only answers to hatred and the only way to get through this life. I would personally like to thank the Salt Lake City Police Department and the DAs who presented and brought Uta's case to justice. Thank you.
My name is Almut von Schwedler, A-L-M-U-T, second word V-O-N, and then S-C-H-W-E-D-L-E-R. And I am Uta's youngest sister, the one who lives in Australia, usually, and I had been appointed the estate representative. I want to talk about domestic violence. Domestic violence against women is very frequent. About 3 women every day become victims of homicides in the United States alone. And about 70% of these homicides are committed by family members, partners, or ex-partners. Now Uta has become part of these statistics. Uta's death has changed many lives forever, not just for her 4 children, but also to so many of our now extended family.
It's really quiet.
You've been listening. That was Uta von Schwedler's youngest sibling in charge of her estate. You've been listening to her son, also her former partner, and now her youngest sister, all expressing relief and gratitude for this verdict tonight.